It's Week 11 of the National Football.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of first carry for Najee Harris. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. And look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to be the #1 scorer in the league in terms of rushing touchdowns. And what more can you do to help your team than find the end zone?
Jackson now. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Jackson. He targets Ingram for another grab. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. To throw is Jackson. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. To throw again is Jackson. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Third and goal, Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Coleman. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
They'll look to throw here.
There's Chris Olave. The Cowboys at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Back to throw.
Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
And they'll run again.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw to Ingram. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
At the 40-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Shakir hauls it in. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Now 2nd and 3. Motion man is Shakir. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Looking middle, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles are able to move back in front.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
looking to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. He's got it to the 43 here.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with 1 complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Keon Coleman.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Eagles offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
2nd and 5.
Jackson now.
To the right side and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Joe Burrow, terrific in the win, as his guys up their mark to 7-4 with the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. DeAndre Swift, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. J.K. Dobbins, a touchdown run in the victory.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So here are the Cowboys to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
We're down to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now back to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Khalil Shakir.
52 yards.
is. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 17-14. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? They're going to look to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The home team's offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
At the 17-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
An option handoff given to Harris. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
At the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Jackson.
He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Come on, boys. Let's time the run.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eye. Dropped at the 1. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Harris diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The 10-play drive that time.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's to Kraft, the tight end.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw here.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. Now Jackson. Shakir holds it in. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Jackson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Handoff as they run the counter play. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short throw. He's got Kraft. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth quarter driver's seat, still up 3. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. They run again with Harris. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play change, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
And that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look in the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Philadelphia, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.